I have done a lot of shrimp boils on my channel since it began 11 years ago, but I've always done them outside in the bigger pots, high performance pots with high performance burners. We're talking about 350,000 BTU burners. And the whole reason for me always doing that is so I can get it up to a boil real quick, which leads to being able to time a cook and not overcook your shrimp. Well, during the course of all these videos, I've been asked many times, how would you do this in a regular pot on a regular stove indoors? Well, that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to show you how to have perfect shrimp every time. Everyone will peel, and you can do it on any stove top. Don't matter how long it takes to come up to a boil, it just don't matter, and I'll explain it as I go. I've got 4 pounds of shrimp that I picked up earlier, fresh, right down the road here at Desport Seafood in Biloxi, Mississippi. You take a toothpick, you insert it under where the vein will be, you pull up, and there it is. See that vein? You just pull that, straighten your shrimp out. You can pull it all the way out, just like that. So if you've never seen that done like that, that's how you do it. It allows you to keep everything intact, vein gone. I'm gonna go ahead and devein all of these, then we're gonna go to step 2. All right, so I've got a small stock pot right here, and I've got 2 gallons of water already poured in it, cold water. The burner is off. So into that 2 gallons of water, I'm adding all these shrimp with the burner off. So the shrimp are in the cold water. I've got the burner on, it's on high. Now once I see this water is beginning to warm up some, I'll go ahead and drop it to a medium, and I will be taking a big spoon. I'll be rotating these for even cooking, and all I'm going by is the color of the shrimp to tell me when they're done. Shrimp turn a bright, beautiful orange color when they're completely done. Just make sure that there's nothing clear and that everything does turn kind of an opaque as far as the meat goes. If you're still seeing any kind of transparency, they're not fully cooked. Just bring them to just being done, and I'll show you what to do next. Oh yeah, now we're getting that color we're looking for right there. That's it. That's as far as we want to take these. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my burner off. All right, I want to pull these up, strain the water out, put these in ice water. Oh yeah, perfectly cooked. So we've got to stop the cooking of these. Let's push these down into our water as much as we can. Then I'll throw some ice right on top of them. So there's no seasoning, no anything. All we have done is just cook the shrimp. Now that water is looking pretty yucky, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour that out and start with some fresh water. I wanna show you what I'm using for the seasoning. Well, the name of this company is Compass Point, and he has got all kind of blends. This is his seafood blend. When I mean seafood, I'm talking about shrimp and blue crab. That's what this was designed for. It's got less salt because shrimp and blue crabs come out of salt water. Now for his crawfish, he's got an individual seasoning just for that with more salt because that's a freshwater crustacean. So that is enough for 2 gallons of water. So 2 gallons is typically what you're going to be using indoors. If you've watched in my boils, then you know I use a lot of lemons. I use a lemon zest a lot of times as it's cooling down to add that lemon flavor in there. And I always use a lot of lemons. Well, I don't have to do that any longer because he has lemon oil. This is 100% lemon oil extracted right from the lemon pills. 100%, no more additives, and it's food grade. That's exactly what I have been looking for a while. It's kind of hard to find. You gotta be careful what kind of lemon oil you get because some are for like cleaning purposes and things like that. They have other ingredients. What you're looking for is a 100% lemon oil, therapeutic or essential oil, food grade. Alrighty, I see steam coming up, which means we are boiling. Take our lid off here. So as I mentioned earlier, this seasoning is 19 ounces. It's just enough for 2 gallons of water. Go ahead and get that over in there. Every bit of it. Now I'm gonna let this simmer. I'm gonna drop this fire down once it comes back to a boil. Let this simmer for about 10 minutes to kind of get all these seasonings mixed in and married up to this liquid. All right, I just killed my fire. This has been going for about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do is let this sit here, and I'm gonna let it cool all the way down to about 165. Normally I try to cool a pot down to about 150, but these shrimp are ice cold, so once I put them back in here, it's going to drop it very quickly to about 150 or under, which is ideal temperature to begin a soak. All right, I've been cooling off here for about 25, maybe 30 minutes. Let's just see where we're at here. 163, 164, that's perfect. That's exactly where I wanted it. So let's put our shrimp back in. Super concentrated lemon oil, half a teaspoon. That's all it's gonna take. So you know, this 1 ounce bottle will do up to 15 gallons of water, just one bottle. So we do wanna stir this. Now that I got that oil in there to get that lemon flavor through and through. All right, let me see how much that dropped in temperature by adding these cold shrimp in. Look at there, 148. That is perfect temp to start soaking. So from here, we just let them soak for a good 25, 30 minutes. You can check them at the end of 30 minutes and make sure the flavors are where you want them. You're not going to hurt them at this point. There's no way they can overcook. And so, you know, at 150 degrees, the shrimp are still cooking, but barely. I meant barely. You're not going to hurt them. You're not going to hurt them at all. And plus, that temperature is steadily dropping down. So that's the reason I always shoot for that 150. Our 4 pounds of Gulf shrimp are complete. Look good, smells incredible. Let's try one. So you know, these are 16, 20 count shrimp. I did notice a few small ones that shouldn't have been in that batch, but that's not uncommon at all. All right, I got one in my hand. Let's just see how well this peels. And what you're looking for is for it not to stick to the flesh. That's usually what happens. Pulls right off. You can take your little tail there and pull it right off of there. Can't get no better than that, folks. I'm looking at some where it's actually shell's already halfway off of them. Here we go. Great flavor on that. That boil mix has got some fantastic flavor, and the lemon is definitely coming through. If you want a little bit more lemon flavor, then just go in with a little bit more. Really depends on your preference. All right, here's another one. Gonna peel it real quick, and I'm getting ready to do one of my favorite things as far as eating shrimp, and I'll show it to you here in just a second. I call it the Cajun nacho. Can't beat that. None of these shrimp will stick to the meat, I guarantee you, because of the way I did it. So I like to take a shrimp, put it on a saltine cracker. It's got to be saltine. I mean, this is absolutely my favorite way to eat shrimp. That cocktail has got that horseradish background to it. It's going to be really good. Oh boy, I can't wait to dig in these. This is shrimp perfection. I guarantee you 100% of these are going to peel, and they're going to peel great. Nothing is going to stick to the flesh. It's just not going to happen, not the way I did it. And the beauty of this is you can take that pot while they're in the water soaking. If you want to do this for tomorrow and have even more flavor, take that pot, make room in your fridge, put it in your fridge, put a cover on it, forget it till the next night. Whenever you're having your party, it can make a great hors d'oeuvre, an appetizer, anything like that, and it gets even better. The flavor is definitely there on these. I'm getting ready to pig out. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm Russ Jones with Smoky Wrist Barbecue.